I'm Jeff Shawan. I'm currently the state representative for the 153rd District, and I'm running for state senate for the 25th District. And the reason I'm running is because Southeast Missouri is where I was born and raised and spent well over half of my life. And these are the people on earth that I love the most. For me, this is the next best thing that I can do to fight for and help the people that I love the most in this world. I think the biggest challenge that I would face as a state senator is really going to be as a result of the most recent events that happened in our state and in our nation. One of them is the COVID virus crisis, the pandemic, and the effect that it's going to have on the budget in Missouri. It's going to create all kinds of problems. And at the same time, the crisis that we have with attacks on law enforcement. With my background as a Butler County Emergency Management Director, I worked closely with first responders and with law enforcement, and I think that I'm very well prepared to understand the needs of law enforcement, and I think I'm the very best person to deal with the problems that are going to be associated with not only the COVID virus pandemic and the crisis that's going on culturally with law enforcement in the state of Missouri. So I believe that the combination of my background and my life experiences and my professional experiences working in EMA, emergency management, has prepared me well for dealing with these crises that are going to be facing our state and our nation.
So my name is Jason Bean. I'm running for state senate, 25th district. A lot of people ask me, why do I want to run? One of the things that I've noticed throughout the district, from Summersville, Missouri, all the way down to Cooter, Missouri, there's too many empty storefronts. We have lost so much manufacturers here, and that is a big driver in me to run. I want my children, I want your children, I want our children to have a lot of the same opportunities that I had growing up. So one of my biggest challenges is, how do I bring jobs? How do I bring manufacturers into the 25th district? And I think if anything right now with COVID-19, if there's a positive, it is time that we can bring jobs back from other countries right now. And that's what I want to do as your next state senator. So once again, my biggest priority, bringing jobs back to here.
Hi, my name is Eddy Justice. I'm running for state senate in the 25th district of Missouri. Our current senator, Doug Libla, is termed out at the end of this year, and I'm running to replace him. So I am an insurance agent in Poplar Bluff. I am married with 4 children and 6 grandchildren, with the 7th on the way. And I graduated from John Brown University in Arkansas with a degree in business administration and economics. I'm running for senate for several reasons. Number one, the reason I got involved in politics to begin with is because one of my biggest fears is that one day my grandkids would come sit on my knee and say, "Grandpa, tell me what it was like to be free." And I want my grandchildren to have the same opportunity I had to be free and to succeed in the business environment or whatever environment they choose to get involved in. I also got involved and started running for this seat because I've been involved with a lot of candidates trying to help them get elected, and sometimes successful, sometimes not. But I've been disappointed several times by promises made that once they got elected, they weren't kept. And so it got to the point where it was time to put up or shut up. It was time to say, okay, I need to prove that we can do what's best for Missourians without ulterior motives of ladder climbing or whatever the other motives might be, self-aggrandizement or whatever some people might run for, other than to be the person to better Missouri as a whole and the 25th district specifically. The toughest thing I think we'll have to face in Jefferson City as a senator, I think, is going to be budget. I know that's boring and doesn't really have the excitement of drama that other issues might, but with the situation we've been involved in over the last year, The economy has suffered, and when the economy suffers, the revenues for the government go down as well. And so we're not going to have the same amount of revenue in order to fulfill the promises that have been made to the Missouri people, whether it be education or health care or whatever the promises we've made. It's going to be very difficult to fund those because of the situation economically over the last year. So we've got to trim the fat. We've got to tighten our belts, and we've got to prioritize what is really important in Missouri in order to fund those things first and be able to make the cuts that are necessary later. So I think the budget's going to be the toughest challenge we have to face over the next several years.
Hello, my name is Steve Cookson, and I'm a candidate for 25th District for Missouri State Senate. I am a proud Christian, conservative American, and I'm proud of my Southern Missouri heritage and my family name, Cookson. And I will pledge that I will work hard for all that I am proud of, which is my Savior, my family, my country, my state, and what I call the good folks of Southeast Missouri, because people down here are the best folks that I've ever been around. The most important challenge, I believe, from serving up in the legislature for 8 years, is the ability to work together with other like-minded legislators to accomplish things, because one legislator has very little power, but whenever they can work together and form coalitions, then they can get a lot accomplished. And that's my goal, is to work hard for Southern Missouri, Southeast Missouri in particular, with other Southern Missouri legislators that get something done outside of the urban areas of the center of the state.